Hello and welcome to the Atlantic DeFi podcast. My name is Fidel, and today we are sitting on the crypto market. Today it is Monday, September 22nd, 2025, and it's 9:33 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Bitcoin is at 112,789.92 right now. Ethereum is at 4,206. BNB is at 996. Solana 221 and XRP at 2. Fear and Greed Index is 40. That means that is neutral. Welcome season is almost here, 64, but there's been a lot of liquidations today and the market has been down, but we still have a market cap of 3.9 trillion and $233 billion in volume. Now, what are we going to get? The markets are down. Why? Because a lot of liquidations. If you don't know what a liquidation is, it's pretty much somebody is betting that either the price it goes up or down, or they're doing it in a short long or a long run of different assets such as Bitcoin, Ethereum. So when you get liquidated, that means that the time is up and whatever it is, the house takes the money. So in this case, a lot of people were shorting, I think, Bitcoin, and they got liquidated. So a lot of people sold their stuff. So that brought the price down. Again, I'm not 100% sure about it. You will have to check. If you check the data, it's out there. But yes, a lot of selling today. It's not a bloodbath. We've seen worse in the market, but definitely something to look around. That a lot of this is a lot of people, not a whole lot of them, but it's a group of people leveraging. So if you leverage a lot of these and bet, like again, short or long, or if you do a call or a put or things like that. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to know about these terms, you can Google it, go to Investopedia, go to different places, and you know what that is. Those things do affect in the long run and in the short run, depending on how much they're putting into it. And again, if they're winning or losing. But going to other things, today, not all is down. There is something new called Aster. Aster used to be something called APX. And now that is being part of the ZZ's new venture, which is Binance Lab, which they actually changed the name. And it's a Hyperliquid competitor. If you don't know about Hyperliquid, go to AtlanticDeFi.com. It's basically a decentralized exchange of perpetuals and, again, RWA, which is real world assets, which, again, they say that, but I don't really buy that because, again, when it comes from the virtual world to the real world, I don't know how real it's going to get if you want that. So don't say that to me. But again, it's basically it is a DEX. It's a decentralized exchange, which is similar to Hyperliquid. And right now they're calling it the Hyperliquid killer. Now Hyperliquid is around 49, almost into $50. It hasn't reached $50 yet. Aster right now, the pricing is 1.60 according to CoinGecko. But here is the main problem. If you look down here, 53.50% is just on airdrops. So there's probably people that already receive a bunch of these tokens, or they are going to get a bunch of these tokens, depending on the time, and they're going to sell it to you if you're interested. So expect this price to go down. And the other thing that I will say about this is as well, when it comes to Binance, the reason why they have the BNB token does so well is because it's cheap. You can, for very little amount of gas on BNB, you can do, I can say with, again, $50 of BNB, I have been able to do almost 200 transactions, which is crazy. But the reason you can do that is because it is kind of centralized. It's not like, the mechanism is not the same as Ethereum. So definitely Binance has a big play on this. They can manipulate this price. So be careful if you're going to invest on this. Could it go high? Yes, because PancakeSwap, which it was the version of Uniswap, does really well. They get a lot of transaction. It's very well used, but they also had some issues, and they also have issues that everybody could create a token, launch it, do rug pulls. There was just a hack lately. And again, this is all, Binance is the biggest exchange, so they can put liquidity as much as they want. They can really manipulate a lot of stuff. Not saying that they do, but they could if they want to. So that's something that you gotta be very, very careful when investing in brand new asset like this. So just check what the airdrop and when's the airdrop tokens coming out. And then maybe you can think about it. Let's see, just give it time. Or if not, again, you do as you please, not financial advice. In other news, we have that stablecoin startups are raised a total of $1 trillion. Hear that, $1 trillion. That's a lot of money. I don't know about you, but if you know about startups, 90% of them fail. And this is mostly US stablecoins, which means this is pegged to the US dollar. And there is right now 14 companies building products around fiat pegged. These have raised 537 million so far this year. That's full in case of 89 million raised 2024. So it's only going to keep growing. But my concern is, I don't know if we really need this many stablecoins. In fact, there's already more than those. In Asia, there's a couple of them that they're not registered here because they use it for nefarious reasons, but they're still pegged to the US dollar. So I don't know what the fold of is. A lot of these companies are not going to succeed, or some of them are going to be, bought, or some of them are going to crash. So I don't really know what the play is. I know there is, some type of wild west, but we're talking about a dollar peg economy. You're talking about a real economy, a macro economy. Because when you see a Bitcoin, I think what people misunderstand about Bitcoin is in its own thing. And yes, people are buying it. A lot of governments are buying it. But Bitcoin already created an isolated economy from foreign markets. Can you get involved in foreign markets? Yes. Can macroeconomics affect it? Yes. However, the US dollar is handled by the United States of America, and whatever happens there will have effects on the US dollar. So we'll see what that comes out, but a lot of money is being raised, and we'll see how that's going to go. And it eventually has to come to consumers, right? So it has to go to a consumer like you and me, and we have to check, how is it going to be? Is it going to be like Terra Luna? If you guys in Terra Luna, they were giving up to 20% of interest rate, which was ridiculous at that point. And look what happened. And again, I'm not saying this is going to be that scenario. Maybe there's some regulation, but right now we're not seeing any regulation. But we got to be careful on what this is. And banks are also doing their own thing. So it's going to be in the next interesting 2-3 years, see how this is going to evolve. Again, if you want more information, to our website, AtlanticDeFi.com, or subscribe to our newsletter at LinkedIn. This is Fidel. Peace out.